Hey everybody, welcome back to the Board Games Maelstrom. This is my part 2 in my painting series. What we covered was just like a little introduction in the first episode, but this is episode 2, and what we're going to go over today is the next step, the first step that you would take as far as miniatures. Most miniatures come already in one piece in the box or whatever it is you're buying. I have Folklore and Bloodborne, the board game, and both of those are in the box. This is mini from Alien, Another Glorious Day in the Core, and these did not come like that. So I'm about to show you how they did come. This is how they came, and this is called a sprue. And as you can see, they have the bases, and then the aliens are in parts. A lot of people don't like this part of the hobby if they have to put them together. So yeah, this is this is the maybe not so fun part of this, but basically what you need to do to fix this is you need a pair of these. These are I call them sprue clippers, or they're little clippers. You can get these anywhere, at a crafting store, probably at the hardware store, I'm not sure. But I've got a couple different pair of these. These are my thinner ones. These are my nicer ones, but they are they can't get in these small areas on this too well. So you begin by clipping all the pieces out. Now once you have all the pieces of one thing clipped out, and I will show you how that looks. In fact, let me get one that I was previously working on, because I'm like not all the way through this. But if you look, like, here's the base. You would take the sprue cutters, which is I guess what I call them, and you would take them, and let me put my glasses on so I don't clip my finger off. You would take them up through here, and you would put them as flush to the base as you possibly could, so that you're not gonna create too much of a bump or anything. So then you press it to click, and you repeat this all the way around. I don't know how well you can see this, but you could repeat this all the way around the outside of the model part. And let me get this last piece, pop it out, and then what you're gonna see is you're gonna see that on this, see if I can get it to focus somewhat. On this, there is part of the feet of the alien are on the base. They're part of the base. But around the edge where we clipped it, you can see that there's it's actually not too bad. But there's, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Come on. That's a little bit better, but not great. Anyway, I see, you can see the aliens nice and clear in my fingernails. But it's harder to get these things to come in clear on the video. Anyway, I'll bring it back here. Oh, wait, there we go. Now, if you can see that mark, that's where it was attached to the sprue, and there's 4 of them since it was attached in four places. If you run your finger across it, there's like little tiny burrs, like right there. So what you do to get rid of those is you get yourself one of these handy dandy hobby knives. And again, there we go. And you're gonna wanna, and gently, not hard or fast, because you don't want to clip your thumb, but you're gonna want to gently rub it, take the burrs off. Now, in most models that come in boxes and stuff, they have what's called mold lines. I'm sure these do, but they're actually not bad, because as I'm looking at this model, I'm not seeing. It's probably because they came in pieces, or maybe the mold lines are concealed on the inside. But if you have models that have mold lines, and I'm going to show you it's really hard to see. Let me see, are any of these got mold lines? Let me take a look at these. These are from Starcadia Quest. Okay, let me see if we can get this to focus in. Let's take it down here. Come on. One bad thing about this camera, it doesn't focus the greatest. Or maybe I just don't know how to use it well enough. Anyway, I don't know if you can see this or not, but across the top of the guy's head where the mold came together, there's a small line up top here. And you're going to want to put the hobby knife at an angle that allows you to take that line off. And if you put it at the right angle, it'll trim it right off and you won't have any problems. But that is something you have to do with models. Some people recommend washing them in like a dish detergent, a light dish detergent, and some warm soapy water. I don't do this. I've never really had a problem with residues from the factory. I mean, I'm sure they're there, but it doesn't bother my process, so I usually don't do that. So anyway, once you get all the parts clipped off the sprue, then you're going to want to get yourself some of this stuff. And this is Citadel plastic glue. And if you take the tip off, it's got like this is basically a plastic glue, like super glue. And it has this, it's hard to see, but it has this like tube in the top. And then you would use that to put little tiny bits of glue. You don't want to overdo it with this stuff. You want to put little tiny bits of glue to the pieces that you're going to put together, and then you must put them in place and hold them. I blow on them to make them dry faster, and hold them until they're going to stay. And that is a lot of the problem with some of this stuff. Like this little dude right here, I had to sit here holding this tail onto him until the glue bonded. And there are sprays that make it bond faster if you want. This is Army Painter Magic, and it's a super glue activator. If you spray this on one side, put super glue on the other side, put them together, it's supposed to be like an instant bond. But it has, like, I don't know, for me, it like creates this white film where they go together, like wherever the spray was and the glue super, you get this white film. And I know you're gonna prime it and it's not gonna show, but I don't know, for me it just doesn't. It's just a pain. But so let's recap a little. If your models come fully put together, you're going to want to possibly, if it's up to you, wash them in detergent and some warm soapy water. Dry them off completely. And then gently take off the mold lines. Just look around the model. You'll be able to spot them. You'll see it'll be out of place. It'll be, you know, I mean, like with this alien, you can see all the spots going around. There's a little tiny bit of mold line right here in the back, and I know you're not going to see that on camera. But gently take them off with a hobby knife, and just kind of like at a shallow angle, and just slowly bring it across, and it'll take those off rather smoothly. And after that, if you have to put them together, I usually take the burrs off as I take them off the sprue. Each piece, I'll take the burr off and set it down so I know that it's, they're good. And after that, you will glue them together. And then once they're all glued together or the mold lines are cleaned up, Then it's on to the next episode, which will happen here in about a week, and that is going to be covering priming and how to go about that. Here where I live in northeastern Ohio, the weather is not exactly conducive for priming in the winter because you're supposed to prime in a mild temperature, and you're supposed to do it outside. I'm not going to recommend for anybody to do it how I do it because it's not exactly the smartest thing to do. If you're wondering what some of my painting looks like, this is the watchdog of the old guard that I'm working on from. But is this? Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. And as you can see, I'm working on him, and he's coming along rather nicely. I kind of like the way it is. I think I might. We'll get to what I would do once we get to those parts. But going forward after my painting series, I will paint specific things for you guys, and just to give you some help, get it on the table, get it looking at least table ready. I'm not saying it's professionally painted, although I have been paid to paint some stuff, but I don't know if I would call my stuff professionally painted. But until next time, into our next episode of the painting series, thanks for stopping by the Board Games Maelstrom.